Yay, they got the house back. They couldn't enter without paperwork. That's crazy. But what they did find out was that they could enter the next day because the squatters didn't have paperwork. They did not have proof of any kind of payments of electric bill, light, gas, heat, rent, groceries, nothing. Just went in there talking about the door was open. They said what I just was saying when I didn't know about it is that it's only right if the place is totally abandoned. That doesn't mean if you walk in there and there's food in the fridge and it's not spoiled. Come on, are you serious? You know it's not abandoned. The lights are still on. You know it's not abandoned. The heat is on. Come on, you know it's not abandoned. Because nobody's going to pay bills. Not even the city is paying bills for an abandoned building. That's not what they do. Once it's abandoned and it's shut down, whether it's a business or apartments or whatever, they're going to turn off all the utilities. So how can you sit there and say it was abandoned when everything, even if they shut their utilities down to go on vacation or whatever, to save, maybe they're going to be gone 6 months a year. Who knows? Some people do it. They have to, come home and not be able to get in your house because somebody changed the locks, locked you out of your own place, sitting on your furniture that you picked out and you earned and you struggled for. Like I said before, I don't care if you're on SSI or welfare or what you're on, or you just work 30 hours a week because that's all you can work, or whatever. Or you work 15 hours a week like I did. That's why I don't have no money. I only worked 15 hours a week when my kids were in school. That's why they didn't know I had a job. 3 days a week, 3 hours each time. Because, 3, 6, 9, well, that's only 9 hours. I did 15 hours, whatever that adds up to. I did 3 days a week. I think it's 5 hours. Okay, so that's 5 hours 3 times a week. Anyhow, I would be very upset if I went home with my little money, which don't amount to much, and somebody's in my house. Somebody's in my house taking over the little bit of money you made from your 15 hours, 20 hours a week, or whatever it was. That was long before I was on early retirement. You don't expect somebody to come in there and take over your stuff. They're sitting on your stuff. They're breaking your stuff. They're laying in your bed. Oh, no. Once somebody gets in my bed and I didn't give them permission to lay down in my bed, okay? I don't even like people sitting on my bed. Oh, except for my kids. My kids can sit on the bed. Don't sit on my pillow. I got to put my face there. Hello? You sit down, you sit on the car seat, you sit on everything. You might sit on the bricks outside, whatever. Don't sit on people's pillows. I even see people doing that in movies. It's very disrespectful. Putting their shoes on and everything, just getting up on the furniture with their shoes on. Who does that for real in real life? Are people really doing that? Because when I sit down, I want to kick my shoes off. I want to be comfortable. It really didn't even have nothing to do with the furniture. Once I'm in the house, why would I want to sit up on the couch with my big old shoes on and get out of here? I can't wait to get them shoes off. Are you serious? As soon as I walk in the door, my shoes are off. What? Please. And in between in the car, I might take them off. It depends on what shoes I'm wearing. They ain't even got to be that uncomfortable. But to walk in your house or not be able to get in the house, again, because they changed the locks and everything on this one. They had changed the locks, and the dude was arguing with the policeman, talking about, you can't make me leave, this is my property. How is it your property? You ain't paid a dime. And then it shows he didn't even buy groceries while they were there, him and his girl. You're just sitting up in there eating people's food and everything, just clean the refrigerator out and the cabinets. They ain't have to go grocery shopping. I guess they're like I do it. I mean, like when I go shopping, I think y'all seen, I just get way too much food. I haven't been doing it here because I ain't got nowhere to put it. That refrigerator over there cannot handle what I like to buy. Look at it. It's sitting on a table, for God's sakes. I'm glad it's not on the floor. Don't you hate when they put little refrigerators on the floor with the rug and the rug mites and all that? I hate that. I don't want rug mites in my food. I'm not doing that. I don't go for that. I don't even like tall refrigerators being on the floor. I don't like it. I made them come in and jack up the legs and make the refrigerator up off the floor. I don't like that. I had a 4-foot refrigerator. I put it on a big chair, like as tall as that table over there, and it was a 4-foot refrigerator. That one's just a 2-foot, 2.5-foot. No, you ain't gonna. No. I'm glad they got them out. There's another episode starting. See them? There's special forces to get people out of other people's houses and apartments and condos or whatever. What are you doing? I mean, I went down to North Carolina 4 times in 2 years when I lived at the other apartment I just left. I was gone for 4 months each time, not on purpose. Each time I thought it was going to be a couple of weeks. Had to trade in my ticket, whatever, lost money for tickets, airplane, train, whatever. I lost money because the internet down there didn't work good where we were. It was like 100 trees in the backyard, and my computer internet kept shutting off. My phone internet kept stopping. It kept scrambling. I seen TV scramble when I was when I was a little girl, but I'd never seen a phone scramble. That phone was scrambling. My computer was scrambling. I couldn't play anything but whatever was inside of my photo compartment, which I have lots of videos, in the photo editing. I mean, thank God for that. Otherwise, I don't know. Nothing was working right. Not my stuff. Maybe everybody else's stuff in there. I don't know if they were hacking it. I don't know what was going on. But I know that I could not get away from there when I wanted to leave. I would have never left if my boyfriend, my ex, wasn't inside of an apartment with other people who were like squatters. I don't want to talk about people. I don't care. I live far away and I'm not worried about them. And up here in Massachusetts, I'm protected. That's the bottom line. I didn't say your name. And just like everybody else here, you better not bother me. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. I'll tell everything you said. Okay, like body bags. Don't come for me. Don't bother me. Because I know you're looking at my stuff. I've seen a couple of you looking at it. Just don't come for me. And my brother is the police. It don't matter, he's retired. I got plenty of people around here. You just better stay away from me. Okay? I escaped by the skin of my teeth in an Uber while everybody was asleep. I waited for days and days and days at the last moment when nothing was working on my phone but that text message. Nothing else was working. I mean, nothing. Not even a call. I couldn't call. I couldn't do nothing. I don't know what was going on with my phone and my computer, but I know it was some hacking going on. It was a little more than just them trees back there going on, blocking my signals. And I don't care what nobody say, because I was there now, and I know what I heard, and I wasn't trying to listen. A place with no insulation in the walls. Good God. Okay, now I was in my mate's room that he was renting. I could hear way too much. He was leaving too damn much for me. This ain't about relationships. But he kept leaving way too much for hours at a time, because definitely he wasn't in his own ride. So wherever he was going, and people were, they wasn't no just people. It wasn't family either. It wasn't his family. Now let's get that right. And you better not open your mouth. You know who you are. You better not say one word, or I'm going to start telling all kind of stuff, and I will say your name. Because if you come at me, you already said your own name. You already told on yourself. I'm going to tell everything then. All the stuff in between. So you better not bother me. Okay, this is my story. Now, basically, that's when I learned about squatters' rights, because that's all people talk about over there in Carolina, down in Lewisburg. Yeah, I said the name of the town. So what? Whatever. So, anyhow, over there, you couldn't even get a cab. I didn't see no city bus. I'm used to being up north. Okay, as far as up north is concerned, yeah, I need a bus. There's a bus comes right behind this little mountain right here. Right down the other side of this little mountain, which only, like, when I say mountain, I mean it's just high up. Yeah, it's kind of like a mountain, whatever. You just walk down, like it takes 10 minutes to walk down into the street, and there's bus stop like every 10 steps. Literally, every 10 steps, there's another bus stop. Ain't no freaking way. I would never go anywhere else again. I guess they can do some little squatters' rights over there. Everything's so far and in between. You might could get away with that for a very long time. A really long time. But you ain't getting away with that over here. You ain't getting away with that in no real city. You ain't getting away with that. Not for long. Like these people right here. They going up in there. They gonna get them out of there. You know, go up in somebody's house talking about, we live here now. Talking about it's the law. We get to stay here. If you stay in the house for a certain amount of time and nobody finds out about it, you get to keep the house. What kind of mess is that? I don't care. I think it's wrong. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. Okay, if you got babies, I'm talking these are grown people who ain't got no kids, don't want to have no, or maybe the kids are grown. I'm talking grown people, well grown. I'm getting excited again because it's very disturbing and evil. And how could you, you know what? As much as I've been struggling since I was 14, I didn't cry about it. I'm proud of it. I am so proud. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying it. It ain't a complaint. I don't need nobody. I didn't ask nobody to feel sorry for me. Some people say that because they've been taken care of. Ain't nobody took care of me. I took care of me. I'm proud of it. When I was still living with my mother, I was 12 years old trying to make her, I tried to convince her to change my birth certificate so I could help out. She didn't ask me to do it. I sat there and I really almost damn near convinced her. She did try to do it. We tried to do it together. Then she said, no, this ain't right. But then she wouldn't give it to me so I could just go turn it in and get a job. She wouldn't let me do it. And I was a big girl. They wouldn't never know the difference wearing a double D bra. What was they gonna know? Okay, not a double D at 12. I had a D though. I had a D bra. So who was gonna believe I was a little girl? Nobody looks at your face for real anymore. They just look at everything else. They'll look at your teeth before they look at your face. And then speaking of teeth, I was gonna fix my teeth. But it's proof of what I went through. It's proof of me falling 60 feet from the sky. And what happened to my teeth should have happened to my head. It only happened a little bit. My skull got cracked a little. It should have been all the way busted open like a watermelon, but I held it up. And so, yeah, in every video I'm making, I'm looking at my teeth and I'm saying, dang, what can I do about it? I can't cover it up because then I'll cover up all those special colors and coming out of my mouth and all this, what God is putting in my mouth. You can see the umbilical cord from me to the sky. Literally, I'm calling it that because I'm in between. It doesn't matter what anybody believes. They can go to YouTube and look at my CAT scan if they want. It says, the computer says, my head is cut off and I'm torn apart. Well, you know, they fixed that up inside. Otherwise, I wouldn't be gaining weight. Now I'm gaining weight. A little at a time. Just since this February, when they fixed me, my esophagus. Nobody believed it. Nobody cares. It's people just normal. Those same kind of ignorant people are the same people that are going and squatting in people's houses. You don't know if those people turn off their lights for the winter and went somewhere where it's warm, like to Florida for the winter or California. You don't have no right to be going up in somebody's house. I don't care. I was about to say, maybe if you got a newborn, which you had no business having no baby, but hey, we know how babies form. They ain't always on purpose. I got pregnant on birth control pills, and everything's not promised. I got pregnant with an IUD inside of me. The baby was still growing. I mean, what? Yeah. I mean, you can't always get on somebody and say, why you get pregnant? Okay, so we're not going to go there. No, but I do approve of, like, if somebody has a baby or they're pregnant and something through no fault of their own happens legally and, they don't have a place to stay, like they have low credit like me, and they can't afford the hotel. Obviously, if I didn't have my husband's not pension, his my widow's payment, I wouldn't be able to afford this hotel on no little retirement SSI check. Okay, that would give me 1 week's rent, 1.5 weeks. That's it. That's nothing. And I definitely, I don't mind working before when they did the land flipping scam. I didn't even, I do qualify to have this conversation because I've been homeless and I'm homeless now. Okay? So that qualifies me and gives me the right to speak on this. Yeah, it does. But I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right to go up in somebody else's house and just take over because they went somewhere. That's none of your business. And how would you know that they left? Because you were scoping them out before they left. Obviously, you gotta think. I had a couple people in my family, I don't say their names, and I heard them making plans. I don't live that way. And I ain't talking about my kids or nothing. I'm talking about I was a teenager and I heard older people in my family making plans. Okay? Scoping out people's houses. What kind of nightmare is that? They're sitting there planning on go get a job. A couple of them had jobs. Why are you changing shifts to see who's going to scope the house from 7 to 5 and who's going to scope the house from 5 to 7? Who's going to scope the house at midnight to 6 in the morning? What kind of mess is that? I heard it with my own ears. It ain't what I'm thinking. I hate when people say, you shouldn't think that way. It's not about what I'm thinking. It's what I've seen and I've heard with my own ears. I'll be asleep on the couch at a relative's house. I heard them making plans. I heard it with my own ears. That is very evil. I don't care if it's family, friends, foe, lovers. It don't matter. It's evil. It's wrong. What are you doing? That's somebody else's stuff, yo. What are you doing? Why are you waiting? You actually took the time, weeks, to watch these people. To watch them leave and come back. And that's how they take over and know whose house to take over. It's probably somebody you work with. And you run your mouth like I run mine. You can't even say, I'm going on vacation next week. Them motherfuckers was right there at your house. Couldn't wait for you to leave. So they go in there and just take over your house. It could be somebody you don't even know their name at work. I'm talking about somebody you don't even know the name. Somebody you just say hi to in the coffee room. Better pay attention. Stop saying that. That's not.